This right here is my cat Moesa. She is a Scottish Straight. And no, I'm not talking about the cats with the folded ears. Don't get me started on that. Cats are known to be the second most popular pet in the world. In 2024, a survey was conducted in the US and found that over 26% of households own a cat. And you probably clicked on this video because you were considering getting yourself a cat as well. But it is important to acknowledge the responsibility that comes with owning a cat. In this video, I'll be doing a breakdown of the 5 most important things to consider before getting yourself a feline companion. Let's get into it. Before we do though, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel, it helps a lot. My first point is something that's not often discussed by people and people usually end up forgetting. So, what you need is endurance. Cats can live up to 16 years, which, thinking about it, is such a long time. If you aren't able to provide for your cat for that time frame, then it's going to be a disastrous consequence for your cat. We might end up at a shelter or be one of the stray cats roaming around the many countries in this world, which we do not definitely want. So in your mind, you need to think about it this way. It's a 16-year contract, or even more, or a bit less, depending on your cat. Is it? And in this time period, you'll be your cat's caretaker. So you need to think about that. This might be one of my shorter points, but it's still something important and you need to know it. The second point to consider is your cat's need for attention. Cats are independent, but they need their social interactions as well. Especially if you're just keeping one, they're going to be pretty lonely and they're going to need that time from you. So that includes playing, interacting, and giving them that time to bond with you. So you need to consider, will your cat be left home for long periods of time? If so, they're going to suffer from anxiety and stress because they're alone most of the day. If you have a busy schedule and you're going to come home really late into the night, do you think you'll have the time to play with them, give them food, and do their needs such as grooming? So definitely something to consider. We do not want a cat with behavioural issues, and we don't want you coming home to find the house ruined, scratched up and everything, because no one wants that, let's be honest. If you feel like you have a busy schedule, you could possibly consider getting 2 cats so they have each other to play with, but that also leads to other instances which we're going to discuss. So my third point is clawing, which is, in other words, scratching. There is a possibility that your cat might scratch furniture because cats have claws and that's the natural part of them and we can't remove that. We can trim them, but that doesn't mean they're not going to use your sofa as a scratching post. Cats do like to enjoy to scratch for many reasons. One being that it helps them relieve stress, express their emotions, and territory marking, and just maintain their claws because they like doing that. But we don't want you going somewhere and getting their claws declawed because that's going to cause them a lot more pain than people realize. So if you're not okay with the idea of your expensive furniture being scratched, then maybe the cat isn't right for you. My fourth point is grooming and cleanliness. This is basically a summary of all the maintenance when it comes to a cat in terms of their nails, their ears, their eyes, and their litter box, which is basically scooping up the poo, cleaning their litter box every week, which is essential. And for one cat, it is recommended that you have 2 litter boxes. So for Moesa, I have one upstairs and one downstairs, so she has a place to go in either one of the portions of our house. And you need to consider whether you'll be able to have time to groom them and be able to upkeep with all the maintenance, because there's a lot more than just brushing their fur. And even brushing their fur, it depends on the coat length of your cat. A long hair cat might need more grooming than a short hair cat. Actually, not might, definitely. They'll definitely need more grooming because they have longer fur coats and they're going to shed more and they're going to need more help with maintaining their coat. Whereas Moesa, I probably brush her once a week. But a long hair cat, you might have to do it every other day. And typically a lack of grooming or care could lead to issues with their coat, having like matted fur, or their nails health not being as good as it should be. And their ears, it can lead to ear infections and discomfort for your cat as well. So you need to consider whether you're willing to clean a dirty litter box and clean the cat yourself. The last point, I think, is the most important point, because when you're getting ready to buy a cat, you don't realize how much money you're going to be spending over that course. So we'll talk about finance. Having a cat is expensive. It is definitely expensive. I'm not going to be out here saying, oh no, it's not that expensive. It is expensive. Especially if you're buying the cat from a breeder, then that's like around between the 200, 1,500 pounds mark. And then buying the litter trays, buying its food, buying its bed, buying its scratching post, buying its toys. I remember my first bill, including all like the beginner stuff, being around 300, I'm pretty sure. I haven't even covered the cost of vet trips if your cat was to get sick, or for surgeries such as if you're getting them spayed or neutered, and even their flea and worm treatment. And even when your cat is getting older, they're going to have more frequent vet trips because they're more prone to illnesses and diseases. So there is a lot that people forget, and if you don't feel like you can afford having a cat, then maybe go for a lower maintenance pet, lower costly pet as a fish. I think having a better fish tank is actually a great idea. I think it's just the initial setup cost that's a bit expensive. But after that, you're not really spending any money, to be honest. You're probably spending money every 6 months just to buy its water conditioner. Maybe if you want to add a few decorations in your tank. And even fish food lasts forever. So yeah, if not a cat, a fish is great. I would definitely consider getting a fish. I've actually got a few videos on my latest fish tank. Great. So if you want to look into that, definitely check it out. So we've discussed the main things to consider before getting a cat, and I hope it was useful. If you think you can provide love and attention a cat needs, and you want a bit of that love as well, then I think a cat is lovely. They're definitely more low maintenance pet than dogs. So if you can't have a dog, a cat is good. If you can have a cat, you can have a fish. But you do have to consider your situation, because at the end of the day, if you end up putting the cat in the shelter or throwing it on the street for it to defend itself, the cat is suffering, and they don't deserve. So please do your research. Don't just take away what you read from this video. Look at other videos on YouTube. You need to make sure that you're providing your cat with the best quality of life, and doing so will give you less stress as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. If there's anything you're unsure about, please just comment down below. I'll answer. Or if you look at my other videos, my videos so far are mostly fish based, but I am working on cat videos. So see you soon, and goodbye.